Hi, welcome back. I want to bring to your attention, there's a three-part series that I found about 10 months ago. Dr. Phinney does a nice presentation from it's called Virta Health. It's a three-part series. He does three parts. He explains nutritional ketosis in a very easy way, in a way that you can understand, or maybe you have some gray areas where you don't understand it, or maybe you have to tweak your body just a little bit, or maybe you need how we're having to stall, or maybe you've been at your maybe year 2 on your weight loss path, bariatric path, and you need to find another metabolic reset. There's a lot of dogma that centers around the ketogenic diet. I want to bring you back to 2011. I had heard in 2010, I heard about the ketogenic diet. 2012, I had my bariatric surgery. I asked at that time about this particular ketogenic way of eating. I asked the nutritionist, I asked my bariatric surgeon, and then I asked 3 more bariatric surgeons, and they said, no way. No way, no way, no way. They don't understand it. They don't understand the science. They're on their dogma, on their teachings, low fat, 80 grams of protein or higher, high protein diet, and low carb and low fat, right? And keep your calories under a certain certain calorie count for your body or your age group or your height or whatever. Well, we all know that within our surgery honeymoon, the surgical metabolic weight loss will go on, however long your body will allow it, right? It's called the famine phenomenon, or if you want to call it what does Dr. Fatima Cody stand for? It's based on your brain. It's based on your gut bacteria. There's a lot of things that go into it. You can't really say, well, your honeymoon will be the same as mine. Absolutely not. Depending upon surgery, age, genetics, your type of weight loss surgery that you had, how you exercise, your emotional state, the medications that you take, if you've ever been on a diet, how long you've been in obesity. These things matter because we're not all the same. You may lose 150 pounds or 200 pounds, and I only lost 65 pounds because my starting weight was lower than yours, right? And I'm a little shorty. I was 5'4", and I've shrunken. My metabolism had been burned out since I was 17 years old, right? I'm post-menopause, right? My hormones have been screwed up since I went into early menopause at 38 years old. Yeah, and I'll be 59 in December. My body is not like yours, but my body changes. My body adapts. Doesn't like to give up the weight. I have an internal set point from my pregnancy weight, 160 pounds. Loves 160 pounds. But I feel my best at about 155 pounds. And baby, I gotta fight it. I gotta fight to stay at 155 pounds. It will take me up overnight. I can gain 6 pounds. Whether it's water weight, whether it's fat, I don't know. And then I have to struggle to take me back down all year because my body likes to gain 10 pounds a year. Yeah. So I have to fight to only gain half of it. And then I have to fight to get another 5 pounds off. So I'm struggling every year to get 10 pounds off. Why? Because I don't want it to go to 20 pounds and then 30 pounds. And then I wake up and I'm jobbing the hut. Yeah, I can be jobbing the hut in no time. Do I want to look like that again? With all those rolls, with those big titties and that big ass? No. I want to look like this girl, right? I want to look like this girl. I know I could never go back to that girl when I was 23 years old. No. Can't go back. I can't even go back to this girl to when I was at my metabolic honeymoon, right? At 147 pounds. Can't do it. So I had to fight every body hack that I could find. Now, I went vegan for 12 months. I was lean. I was lean and I was miserable and I was hangry, right? Yeah. I was 147 pounds with 15% body fat. I was a triathlete. I was a marathon runner. And I was an alpha girl. You got that right. Because I was bound and determined. Now, that's not from no tummy tuck or no liposuction or that was pure calorie restriction and every fucking body hack that I could do to get those tree trunk trees to what I call thighs that could run a marathon course, or thighs that can get up a steep hill on a bicycle. Because that ass drag and that titty drag is not what I wanted. So every year I'm searching for a new body hack. Yeah, that's right, because my body gets used to it. So I know carbs, those taste good things, that taste good in your mouth, all those slider foods, I know that's not good for me because I got an unfilled lap in. I don't have a working tool and I didn't have my stomach cut. So I have to find every body hack to take me 10 pounds down. I'm working on 10 pounds. Yes, I am. 10 pounds. That's all my body will give me, no matter how hard I work. Because I'm 59 years old, right? I'm closer to 60. So if you want to review Dr. Phinney's podcast, which is in 3 stages, you can go to that dial and boost it up to 1.25 or 1.50, the speed, and make it go through quicker. But it's in 3 parts. He gives a lot of information, Dr. Phinney. He's an MD. He's done a lot of research on his low-carb, ketogenic diet. Now, I cycle my stuff, okay? I'm not always in ketosis all the time, and I'm not always practicing a ketogenic diet. I go out. I cycle my stuff. I cycle my stuff because my body gets used to it, and my body gets depleted, and then I get angry, and then I go off the walls, and that's not good for my mental state. So I go in and out. Now, don't get that twisted, okay? It's not that I eat a lot of slider foods or I'm eating like bags of potato chips or I'm eating a lot of carbohydrate foods, processed foods, because I don't go out to eat. I cook all my foods. So basically it's cruciferous vegetables and it's healthy carbs, and maybe I might eat a whole grain, organic, seeded, gluten-free piece of toast that'll take me out of ketosis. Yeah, I will. Or maybe I'll eat a higher protein. Maybe I'll eat a filet mignon steak that might take me out of ketosis. Because why? High protein will, they say, take you out of ketosis because of the protein. The protein turns into fat, and the fat turns into sugar. But then again, it's your body, right? You may be able to get away with 2 bowls of pork rinds. You may be able to get away with eating a tablespoon honey. So these kind of things. I like honey. I like honey in my tea. And that's a treat for me. That's a treat for me on Sunday. I have a high carb day at least one day a week. Yes, I do. Especially now I'm going to get ready to train. I'm going to start running again in April. I'll start April 1st. And I'm going to start back into running again. And I'll be running 6 miles usually. 6 miles every other day. So, yeah. And so I'm letting my body heal my adrenals right now because I'm trying to heal the metabolic damage that I maybe did, and I'm healing my body to ram it up again with the ketogenic diet. It's hard. It is hard because we love the carbs, right? We love the carbs. We love the processed foods. That's what our mind craves, right? It's on the TV. It's our friends are eating. We cannot eat it. At least I cannot eat it. Else I gain weight, right? And I've accepted it. I live with a man. My husband doesn't have to worry about that. He's never been on a diet. He can eat like a trash can. He's metabolically stable. He goes to sleep and he loses 6 pounds right in his sleep. Not me. So anyway, here it is.
Chief Medical Officer of Virta Health. This is going to be the first of 4 talks I'm going to be presenting on ketogenic diets and how they are effective and safe in treatment of various conditions. This first talk will be an introduction to nutritional ketosis. What led me to this field to begin with was that I'm a recreational cyclist. I like riding a bicycle long distances. I've been doing it for over 50 years. And very early on, I discovered that when Hi, I'm Steve Phinney, and I am the chief. In 6 weeks, and by the 3rd week of the 6-week study, people's performance was coming back up. And by 6 to 12 weeks, their performance was back to or above where they'd started. The body becomes capable of burning almost all of its energy from fat. In my research, I actually make a habit, sometimes successfully, of trying to prove myself wrong. You say, wait a minute. Why don't you try to prove yourself right? If you prove yourself wrong, that's how medical advances are made. If you just assume that something's right and you find out it's wrong, you can change your understanding and change medical knowledge. And that's something that I and my co-founder and collaborator in this, Dr. Jeff Volek, have made a habit of doing over the past multiple decades. In this process, back in 1980, I coined a term, nutritional ketosis, and another term, keto adaptation. So the first thing you have to consider when listening to someone talk about nutritional ketosis or ketogenic diets is, how can you trust what they are saying? The reason is that there are a lot of self-appointed experts out there, but very few people in the medical arena have much training in nutrition, and most of them have absolutely no training or research experience in nutritional ketosis. That is, most people get their expertise by reading what other people have done. Now, why should you trust me? I mean, I'm an MD, and I can tell you I had no training in nutrition in medical school back when I went through that process. But after I completed my medical education, curiosity drove me back to school, and I spent 4 years doing a PhD in nutritional biochemistry because I realized there were a bunch of paradoxes between what I was taught to believe and what the evidence seemed to present. So after completing my PhD, I went on to do 2 years of formal training in clinical nutrition. Since then, I've published 80 papers. I've co-authored 3 books. I've been studying and prescribing ketogenic diets for 40 years. The first point I want to make is that nutritional ketosis is a very powerful tool when properly done. But it's not simple. It's not just a matter of cutting out carbs. And the other point is that particularly in people who have medical conditions, it's not always safe. So my goal
So that's what he says there. You know, if you're diabetic, if you're on multiple medications, these kind of things, you got diabetes type 1 or type 2, or, you got a lot of medical issues. you need to take an advice from a doctor who is knowledgeable of this type of diet. I went to an endocrinologist. She told me to go on a SAD diet, the standard American diet. Bariatric doctors, I went to 3 of them. They all recommended the low carb, low fat, low calorie, more exercise kind of thing, the Biggest Loser kind of thing, and we know that doesn't work. We know it works. The bariatric surgery diet works for your honeymoon period, the time that you have to obey the laws of your bariatric surgeon. But once you get out, 2 years, 3 years, that dogma might not work for you. Didn't work for me anymore. That dogma, bariatric doctors, diet, only worked 6 months for me. And I was hungry and I was hangry, right, the whole time. So I'm not promoting any kind of diet. I'm giving you the tools, the information on these videos for you to lick the cards, for you to research and decide to yourself and go with your medical practitioners, decide whether you want to gradually go into this type of style. It's not for anybody. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to fight the food beast because why? Our brain loves those processed foods. Loves that mac and cheese, don't it, girl? Yeah. Loves those potato chips, right? Loves those unhealthy oils, right? All those things that we love. All those things that made us fat. Just some information to provide to you and my viewers, and maybe somebody stopping by. Thank you for tuning in, and see you in the next video.